Now, in its 14th year, the Barrie Women's Show has grown from a modest gathering of 50 vendors to a vibrant celebration featuring over 250 exhibitors and drawing more than 8,000 attendees from across the GTA and Simcoe County. What started as a local shopping event has evolved into a powerful platform for community connection, women led businesses, and meaningful conversations. This year's show continued its tradition of spotlighting local entrepreneurs, many of them women, while offering guests the chance to explore new products, services, and causes. But as the event and marketing supervisor Marissa points out, it's about much more than just shopping.
It's great. It brings community together. It gets us all together, all in one spot, gives us a fun day to get outside, out from the freezing cold and this crazy snow weather. So it's just great supporting local shops, meeting local people, and it's also just fun day out for friends, girlfriends, family members, whichever. There's lots to choose from at the show.
We had an opportunity to speak with several inspiring women making an impact in the community during the event. Following are the interviews and coverage of the event.
So we're hosting our annual Barrie Women's Show happening this weekend. It's a great fun-filled day, over 250 vendors. You see well over 8,000 participants that actually come through the show. It's all local people in and around the GTA as well as Simcoe County. It's great. It brings community together. It gets us all together, all in one spot, gives us a fun day to get outside, out from the freezing cold and this crazy snow weather. So it's just great supporting local shops, meeting local people, and it's also just fun day out for friends, girlfriends, family members, whichever. There's lots to choose from at the show. So it gives a lot of vendors themselves great exposure to different community outreaches, right? So it's not just necessarily networking and making sure that they get the customer to customer relationship for them to come back to their shop. It's also about, some people didn't know about them and who they are, and it's coming to network, do business to business, which is really great. So it's all together. It's not just one individual aspect of that. And then yes, a lot of the vendors here actually are women in business, so it's great to just empower them, and give them a safe space to just really vocalize who they are and what they bring to the community. Yeah, so the Women's Show has been happening for over 14 years, which has been fantastic. We started off as a 50 vendor show and have now grown to where we are today, which is amazing. I've been with the greenhouse here for 5 years and counting, and it's been great taking the show from just even being 100 vendors to where we are in the last 5 years. So it has grown exponentially, which is amazing, and we continue to keep growing, and we just want it to keep getting bigger and be the biggest trade show here in the north of Toronto.
We are a not-for-profit agency in Barrie, Ontario, and we serve women fleeing intimate partner violence and gender-based violence. We provide transitional housing and one-on-one programming to help rebuild these women's lives and create stability in breaking the cycle. So we have a couple houses just in residential areas in Barrie. We consider them safe houses where we don't reveal the addresses. So we have a house for single women. Currently we serve 3 women in that house, so they get used to living in a residential area and used to communal living. And then we have a house for women with children where we have 2 families living in that house. So in total, we have 5 clients at the moment. When a client comes in, each woman comes in with a different story and at a different place in life. So we like to meet them where they're at, and we tailor our programming to where each woman is at. So when we first meet our women, we go over a lot of life skills and goal setting. So some women come in and their goal is to find permanent housing, or their goal is to go back to school, finish their high school, or even get a job later on in life. So we work with them as well as doing programming, talking about preventative abuse, healthy relationships, setting boundaries, and many other signs to prevent abuse. And when they leave, they're confident and they've broken the cycle of abuse. We also have a clothing resource center. So although we don't give out the addresses of our homes, we do have a communal clothing resource center. It's actually here. You can find it on our website as well. It's at 37 Burton Avenue in the lower level. So it's a clothing resource center where anyone in the community can come in, men, women, children, anyone, any identities. They can come in and take what they need for free. Or as well, we take donations. So if you've got that spring closet clean out coming up and you've got some clothes to get rid of, or small clothing items or small household items, we're very happy to take donations as well.
I am the founder of Pause Health. We are a virtual menopause clinic for women. We have menopause certified nurse practitioners that do assessments and treatment for women in menopause. So I started Cause out of a necessity, understanding that women get no access to education and information about menopause and struggle to get care and treatment. I spent most of my 20s, 30s, early 40s chasing outcomes. I got my PhD in public health, not because I was passionate about being an academic, but because it was the highest level of education I could get. I was doing marathons and Ironman while balancing 2 children, trying to be the perfect mom and keep the perfect family, even though I was drowning in my marriage. I tied my value to professional title and wouldn't think I had value until I was CEO. Even though I was vice president of a large telemedicine company, I never stopped to think about the success I'd had. It was always what's next. And then perimenopause hit, and the scaffolding, which are your hormones, let go. I could no longer keep going on no sleep, poor nutrition, relying on antidepressants and exercise to keep me stable. My life went through a series of explosions. I tore one hamstring and then another, so my very outlet of exercise was no longer available. I left my husband and pulled the rug out of my children's safety net. At work, the job I was passionate about and loved, I could no longer find any purpose. I struggled to figure out what I needed to do for the day, daydreamed about hiding under my desk, hung out in the washroom a little longer because nobody could find me. And finally, my worst day, maybe my best day, I had a complete meltdown in the boardroom. I left my job, started to dive into the research, reading every article I could find, every self-help book, talking to every expert in the space. And when I finally got help and learned I was in menopause, I started hormone therapy. For me, hormone therapy combined with exercise, nutrition, and sleep have been a game changer for me. I've now stepped into who I am and am grabbing life by the ovaries. Currently, women are unaware of the symptoms of perimenopause and unaware of not just the symptoms, but the long-term health risks. Currently, family physicians don't receive training in menopause unless they seek it out. Obstetricians and gynecologists get 1 to 2 hours. And if you do find a menopause public clinic, you can wait 18 months to 2 years to get help. There is a need to provide easy access to women, no matter where they live, to get the care and treatment that they deserve. Well, we can keep continuing to educate our providers in menopause and partner with companies like myself to help support women getting care.
I am a local author here in the Barrie area. I'm here today promoting my book, The Entrapment. It's a true story. I used to be a police officer for 10 years, so the book highlights a few of the more memorable calls I've been on, but more specifically it targets my long journey to the Court of Appeal, their findings and the shortcomings in the system, specifically in regards to my case and the story that it highlights in my book. And it took 10 years to fight. It was well worth the journey. And so when I came out the other end, I decided to write about it and open some eyes into the things that transpire within our system that a lot of people don't hear or see. So that's my objective today, and opening eyes one book at a time. Well, I don't want to give too much away, like you said, but I just felt the need that the media sensationalized a lot on their end of things, and I had to remain silent for such a long period of time. It was very disheartening. It was hard to hear certain things that were being said. So I took advantage of that at the end to say my side of things in a truthful manner and just get the story out there from a different perspective. I don't think being a woman really had much to do with what happened to me. In my personal opinion, do I think what happened to me would have happened to this degree if I were a man? Probably not. But it's also not what people would expect when you say like the sexism sort of thing. I don't think it doesn't focus on that at all, not in that degree.
Hi, I'm Chantal McNeely. I'm the board chair for Women United for Simcoe Muskoka United Way. We're a group of women who collectively pool our donation dollars in order to support local charities in the Simcoe Muskoka region that empower women and children. So this is my second year as the chair of the board. Women United is actually a global organization with over 70,000 members across the globe. So it's been in existence for a long time, but we're always actively looking for more women in the Simcoe Muskoka region to join us and create change and impact in our local community. Obviously, we're directing our personal donation dollars to local charities that are doing great work in our region to support women and children. So we're partnered with a few organizations. We have partnerships with My Friend's House, with the Art Engagement Project. I know there's so many others that are just not coming top of mind, but every year we will submit out a request for proposal to local charities in the region that would like to apply for funding. And the group of women that are part of Women United review all of the RFPs and vote on the organizations most deserving of our funding in that given year. So if people are looking to get involved, you can find out more about the United Way in general, but Women United in Simcoe Muskoka region. And we're always looking for more women to join us. Essentially, Women United members will contribute anywhere from $1,200 to $10,000 a year, and those funds get directed to charities in the local region.
May Allah's peace and blessings be upon you all. My name is Hafsa Jadran, the Outreach Coordinator for the Ahmadiyya Muslim Women's Association, Hadiqa Ahmed Chapter in Bradford. I am honored to share my reflections on the Women's Show, both as an attendee and as the organizer of Ahmadiyya Muslim Women Association's booth. Participating in the Women's Show has been an incredibly uplifting experience. It brought together remarkable women from diverse backgrounds, created opportunities to support one another, and allowed us to meet so many new faces in one vibrant, inspiring space. We are deeply grateful to Bradford Greenhouse, Women's Show organizers, especially Marissa, for giving us this wonderful platform to share the stories of empowered Muslim women, stories that trace back to the very beginnings of Islam in 610 AD. Over these 2 meaningful days, the Ahmadiyya Muslim Women's Association proudly upheld the values of sisterhood, resilience, and encouragement for hardworking women everywhere. Through our booth, we highlighted how Islam has always honored women with dignity, education, spiritual strength, and a profound commitment to serving humanity. The Holy Quran presents women as leaders, thinkers, and contributors to society. And we hope visitors left with a clearer understanding of Islam as a faith rooted in peace, empowerment, and compassion. In a space dedicated to celebrating women and entrepreneurship, our booth shared a powerful truth. Muslim women have been empowered since the earliest days of Islam. They were scholars, business owners, philosophers, warriors, and community leaders long before modern conversation about women's rights began. Faith and ambition have never been in conflict. Islam encourages women to excel spiritually, professionally, and socially. We were truly honored to stand there showcasing Muslim women as innovators and trailblazers, past and present. Thank you for listening, and may we continue to uplift, empower, and inspire one another. Thank you.
My name is Jennifer St. Ange. I am a member of the Down Syndrome Association of Simcoe County, and I am a board member and a parent of a child with Down syndrome. So the Down Syndrome Association of Simcoe County is providing services to families in Simcoe County who have children with Down syndrome. We provide a range of programs, activities, supports for families to help their children develop and have successful and meaningful lives. Our families are looking for services to connect with other families, because sometimes there's some things that are just different with our children, and connecting with other families helps them better understand and access different supports and services to help them. Some of our children, as they get older, it can become difficult to access programs that are provided in the community and need things that are specialized for children with Down syndrome, so that programs can be slower paced and at their level. And so we try to provide those types of programs for our children. Our children will attend school like all other children, but outside of school, the programs within the community are not always geared to children with special needs. And so that's what we try to target, to make sure that our children can access all of the same services and the same programs that are available for children and for young adults and adults. We provide services from birth all the way into adulthood. We receive no government funding. All of our funding is through fundraising from our families and through community sponsors and events. So we rely a lot on awareness and community sponsors. Some of our families will receive funding through the Ministry of Community and Social Services, through some of the programs that are available for children with special needs. In terms of the programs that we offer, we don't receive any funding. And again, ours is through fundraising to support our families. But some of our families will receive some funding that they can use to supplement either programming or respite and things to help their child develop. The more funding that we receive, the more programs and services that we can offer. We offer, for example, a dance program. We have offered a Taekwondo program. And so we offer those services. But when we receive more funding, it allows us to offer a greater variety of programs. We offer a program for young adults, and being able to expand that to more days a week, for example. And so more funding always allows us to offer more options. We try to offer bursaries to our families, so a financial bursary that they can use to be able to access other programs that maybe financially are difficult. And again, when we receive more funds through fundraising or through community supports, or if we were to receive through government support, then that allows us to give more and support our families. There's always a level of need, and we provide as much as we can, depending on how much money we fundraise every year. So raising awareness is one of the big things that we do. Not everyone knows an individual with Down syndrome. Schools often are a great partner for us. We have an event every year called World Down Syndrome Day, which takes place on March 21st. And the intent behind that day is to raise awareness, and we do it in a very simple way, and that's by celebrating differences, and we show that by socks. And so we wear colorful or silly or mismatched socks, and that's to show that everyone is unique and that we are accepting of differences. And so schools typically around Simcoe County, whether they have children with Down syndrome or not, often participate in this special event, and that helps to raise awareness of children with special needs and children with Down syndrome, that we are all different and that we should all be included and be part of our community and our schools.